Overpromised is presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code OVERPROMISED because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Welcome to Overpromised, our bonus podcast live from the Mandalay Bay Radio Row, Las Vegas.
Yes.
Brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Covino, that is Rich.
Now we got Lil Dicky, Dave. Hi, I'm Dave.
Oh, he's the best.
Stopping by in just a little bit, a little bonus interview on today's Overpromised. But we got to go over some prop bets for Super Bowl 58, courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook. There's some good ones. I got two today. I'll give you some more later in the week. But I want to start with one that people talk about every year.
Okay.
And that, my friends, is what color Gatorade will be poured on the winning coach or players. Like, what Gatorade's going to be all over the place?
Poured on Shanahan if you're,
Some hoping for
Yeah.
it. Andy Reid? No thanks. I'm a Niners fan.
Right.
But I'm looking at the prop bets right now, and oddly enough, you would think Niners are red. The Chiefs are red. So you would assume red Gatorade's like the number one answer on the board, the best odds. Actually, it's the fifth best odds.
Oh, really? It's a color clash? What's going on?
Purple is the likely favorite. I'm like, purple? Are they pushing some new purple
what's that
drink?
about? I don't know.
That's plus 225. Yellow-green is plus 300, meaning bet 100, win 300.
Of course, yeah.
Orange, plus 300. Blue, plus 350. Red is plus 350. I'm putting my money on red. I mean, whoever wins, that seems like the safer bet. But then again, have you ever seen red Gatorade? I feel like you don't usually. Clear Gatorade is plus 1,000. And how about this? No Gatorade at all, plus 1,600.
So, man, that's a tough one. And this guy's such a gambling fool, by the way, speaking of
we're
red.
betting on Gatorade.
Yeah, we're betting on Gatorade, but he also hit on Red 16 this week, Joe Montana style. Yeah, we're here in Vegas.
So I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know why purple is the odds-on favorite. Maybe someone got some intel like Andy Reid likes purple drink. Who knows?
Yes.
But I think right now I'm going to go Niners, Chiefs, whoever wins, red Gatorade. You don't see it that often. It's plus 350. Hey, couple bucks, make it fun. DraftKings
Maybe because
Sportsbook.
purple was part of remember the big conspiracy, part of the color of the official Super Bowl logo.
Now you're talking.
All
right, now the second prop bet I want to make before we get to Lil Dicky Dave here on the show.
Okay.
This is, I don't want to confuse you, so follow me here. Because this is like a tricky thing to follow. The jersey number total for touchdowns scored in the game.
Okay, got it.
So if you add up all the
Right.
jersey numbers of anyone that scores a touchdown.
For both teams?
For both teams.
Okay.
Both teams combined, add up the jersey numbers of the players that score a touchdown, over or under 121.5. Now, keep in mind, you might say, easily over. But let me give you a couple jersey numbers that'll throw you off a little bit.
I mean, everybody knows Kelsey alone is 87.
So 87, Kittle, 85.
Yeah.
So if Kelsey and Kittle score a touchdown, you're easily over. But once you start realizing all the other players that are on the Niners and Chiefs, Debo, 19, Ayuk, 11, Pacheco, 10, McCaffrey, 23. So if none of the tight ends or a receiver with number 80 something scores, it could be like if McCaffrey scores 3 tutties, Mahomes rushes for a touchdown, throws a touchdown to Pacheco, it could be like under 50. It could be like 50. So do you
That's a really interesting one. By the way, though, is that a new one? Because I've never even heard that
I've never heard it,
before.
and I love
okay,
it. I love
good.
it. I love that DraftKings is offering it.
That's fun.
But here's what I'm going with.
Okay.
I'm going with the over, and I'll tell you why. If you combine Kelsey, this is what I'm doing, because I hate to say Kelsey because I'm a Niners fan, but
Right.
Kelsey plus 2 McCaffreys hits the over.
You know what? I actually agree with that one, man. I think that's a guarantee.
McCaffrey times 2
Yeah.
is 46. 46 plus 87, do the math, is 123. So I like 2 McCaffreys, 1 Kelsey. Let's go with the over.
So purple
Gatorade. No, red Gatorade.
Red and over.
What if Debo scores like 3 touchdowns, but Pacheco
No.
Okay.
One of the tight ends definitely scoring. I'm actually with you on that for
Okay,
sure.
so
Yeah.
hit the over, 121.5, all courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right, well, there it is, Dickie. Looking for a super offer for the big game? DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game, turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use our code OVERPROMISE. New customers bet $5. Get that $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL with code Overpromised. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
It's Covino and Rich live from Radio Row, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And look who's here, man. Let's welcome Lil Dicky,
What's up,
everybody.
Dave?
What's
Thank
going
you,
on?
guys. I'm just having fun. How are
You
you
know,
guys doing?
David, we love when we interview someone we actually like. So this is nice because we're fans of the
Yeah.
show. We're fans of your music. So
Yeah.
this is nice.
Yeah, it's easy for us, but not only that, Rich. The last time we interviewed you was that miserable time called COVID
Ugh.
when you were doing those Zoom interviews all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
That
So
was
it's
fun,
good to
huh?
see you in person. Yeah.
This is better. It's a better
Yeah,
vibe.
way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
So
How
how
you
do
guys
you
doing?
like a scene like this, man? Are you
I
are
was
you
saying,
taking it all in or what?
Yeah, this is actually the first convention I've ever been to. You know, I see in movies and stuff I realized today when I walked in that I've never been to a convention.
I would say a media convention, probably on the higher end of fun conventions. Like, if you go to other conventions, just a bunch of dudes in polo shirts
Ah.
and khakis.
I don't know what conventions are the most exciting, but anyways, everyone here has been really nice. And I'm
I
having
think
fun.
at conventions, a lot of times you just see a bunch of dudes that are away from their wives and they're up to no good. Like, you see these guys at the bar, at the hotel.
Infidelity.
A lot of
Yeah.
infidelity at conventions.
Rich is really keen on that. He's always aware, very aware
Stop
of
it.
it. No, I'm just kidding. So, dude, you got to notice that mutual respect, though, man, right? Because I know you're a big sports fan, so you're seeing all these dudes walking around, but they also know Dave. Like, oh, there he is, man. That's my
Yeah.
guy.
So it's cool to go do interviews and be able to talk sports. Like, honestly, in an alternate life, I would have been doing what you guys do and been like a sports commentator. You know what I mean? So it's cool to even just be talking sports for money.
Well, dude, I know you play basketball. I know you're good at basketball.
Yeah.
Other sports growing up, were you any
Tennis.
good?
Tennis, 3
Like
year-
good though, like really good.
Look, I'm the 3-year tennis captain of the best team in my high school history.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I tell you? I
believe it.
saw one of those.
Second
Nice.
singles.
I saw one of those, like, what's the hardest thing to do? And it was like, run for a yard in the NFL, hit a Major League Baseball pitcher. I thought the hardest thing on the list was return a serve from a professional tennis player because I feel like no way on earth the average person could do that.
I bet it's hard. For me, I play tennis. To me, it could not be harder than hitting a baseball throwing like 100 mile an hour. At least,
That's true.
at least the tennis racket, there's this big circle.
You have a chance.
And it's like not scary because the ball can only hurt so much.
Yeah,
Baseball,
yeah.
I would be up there like shit, like scared. You know what I mean? The
Hey,
ball
joke.
is so hard.
What do you think of pickleball and the pickleball rage as
Yeah.
a tennis guy?
I like it. I'm not. But I haven't. I've only played like 4 times, and I'm naturally good, but I'm not naturally dominant. So it is a little frustrating to feel like I would dominate these people in tennis, and then I come in and they're kind of better than me, but I know that I have better hand. So I just need to play it more because it's a different bounce, it's a different ball. I don't have the right touch yet.
You know what? When it does happen, because it's not in the works yet, but Dave season 4,
Yeah.
you need to be networking, playing pickleball, and there's an odd scenario where you're trying to decide, do I show off how good I am or not?
Yeah.
Ah.
I remember I played the first time I really spent time with Leonardo DiCaprio was playing pickleball, and he was going so hard and he was so good. And I was like I hated losing to this.
In those moments, I mean, Lil Dicky, Dave, you're a big deal, but in those moments, is it weird? Like, dude, I'm playing pickleball with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's got to be like surreal, no?
It is surreal. I'm really at my core a very normal guy, so it's like when I'm doing, but Leo's a normal guy too. But yes, I'm certainly there being like, oh my God, like grew up like watching Titanic, like idolizing this man. Can't believe he's in HD, 3-dimensional, right in front of me, and he's beating me in pickleball.
But you've networked it so well, man. I want to talk about that too, because I remember our first experience. We came up Maxim Radio, early days of Sirius XM. It was just Sirius. I remember seeing Ex-Boyfriend, right? And like,
Yeah.
check this out. That was the first experience.
That's the first thing I put out.
Blew up. It was awesome. We loved it because it was heartfelt and funny.
Yeah.
You had a hot chick in the video.
I remember to this day you always joke about his junk had abs. Like that. Like that's still one of our inside jokes
We
because
still
of you.
use that. Yeah, as a reference.
I'm happy that
Yeah,
joke is
penis
living up.
abs. By the way, we're going to be talking more about penis, so stick around. No. But, then things happen. There's so many people trying to do what you did, and obviously you're just great at it.
Yeah.
But how did you network it, man? And when you look back, tell us about that journey.
Look, in the beginning, it's a lot harder because, for example, season 1 of my TV show, I'm trying to get YG in it, and I got to be like, trust me, I know what I'm doing. But there's no footage or evidence besides me making funny music videos. By season 3, I'm going to Brad Pitt. And he's seen every episode, and he's a huge fan of the show. So it's in a weird way, it was harder to get YG than Brad Pitt because there was at least evidence by the time I was ready to get to Brad Pitt. Now I'm fortunate to where I'm in a position where I think I've just put in enough work that the product kind of speaks for itself, and these people are just joining in because they F with, I don't know if I can curse, they F with what I'm doing so hard. Whereas back in the day, it did help that I was conversationally pleasant with people that had to really take a gamble on me.
Yeah. Right.
But now I think the proof is in the pudding, more or less.
Absolutely. And part of your character and part of your real life is people taking you serious as a rapper and now just all-around entertainer. Yeah. Do you think being so personable and so likable and funny, do you think that took away from your credibility as an actual rapper sometimes? Because, dude, we've seen you on Sway. Sway's our boy, man. You got bars for real. Yeah.
Look, I don't think it's taken. I really haven't put out enough music over the last 8-9 years to feel I'm slighted as a rapper. The TV show has actually kind of taken away my ability to really focus on music. So and right now it's the first time in a while that I've been head down recording new music in 5-6 years. So
have the goals changed, or is it headed where you wanted it to head?
It's headed where I wanted it to head, but the goals do change. I think I entered the whole thing wanting to be purely a comedian and not really even understanding that I had broader goals as a filmmaker. Now I look at myself as a true director, writer, and I have just as much interest in making the next The Social Network as I do the next Superbad. I think when I entered it, I was trying to just make Superbad, which is my favorite movie ever.
Yeah.
Iconic comedy. And I love that, and I still want to make those kind of movies, but really, a movie like The Social Network, I never thought I would try to make, and that to me is the highest form of art, is a movie like that.
It's interesting. We're due for some R-rated comedies. When you
Totally.
think
quotable comedies.
But my theory that the minute social media took over, movie quotes went away. Because if you quote a movie, think of all the last movies you might quote with your buddies.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
It ended at Superbad.
Superbad. They're all mid-2000s. You're what happened? Social media happened.
Well, why do you think that is? I definitely feel a lack of the R-rated comedy, when we were younger and Judd Apatow, every year.
Of course,
with a classic. It's not happening right now.
My theory is because now we're just oversaturated with content, and we would watch Superbad over and over again and movies like that over and over again. So the quotes were embedded in our brains, and we all related to it.
Funny, up-and-coming funny people are just more incentivized to just make TikTok online content than write a script.
No, that could be it too.
A
Yeah,
lot of layers.
I'm totally fine with it because I feel I have no competition. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what you said before. He's sort of if you want to do a sports tie-in.
Yeah.
He's sort of like the Yogi Berra of rap, and I say this because Yogi won 10 World Series,
underappreciated,
Hall of Famer, and if you watch that documentary about Yogi Berra, the whole thing is that
great, right?
his personality and how fun he was took away from people being yo, he's freaking legit.
I love
and that's when people hear you rap, it's yo, he's really good. Yeah, but he's funny and goofy, and he's really
Yeah. No, I don't know. Look, I straddle that, even moving forward as I make more and more music, I think to myself, do I really want to have this, over-the-top funny moment in this song that before it wasn't that funny?
Right.
And I think, well, maybe, because I don't want to take people out of the song, but also, that's just my personality. Why would I take that, so I'm always trying to balance that
I got a
line.
question for you. Speaking of, the process, how do you know when you're done with it? Oh, maybe I should add this or do that. How do you know that's done?
Well, it depends what we're talking about.
Music. Anything, really, actually, right?
Music.
Because Bob Ross, every time he painted, I was he's done. And then he'd be let me do this. I'm oh, he's effing it up. And he's oh no, it's actually.
Yeah. How do you know?
Well, look, the music goes through a lot of phases. I'll get a beat and I'll record a demo. And then, I will then be there's inevitably some sort of weaker links of like, well, this 2 bars, like I just know I could improve. Like, and then I'll go back and I'll improve. And then when I'm really satisfied with my lyrical performance, I'll be like, well, the beat is like kind of like, this is the beat I was sent. I think we can add a few things here and there and make it like give momentum and shape and different, like make the outro more. When then that's done, it's like, well, now it's time to mix it. And then like there's all different things. And then I feel really satisfied at a certain point with mixing. And then actually, the beautiful thing about mixing is you feel like, oh, it sounds perfect. It can't get any better. And then you master it. And
it does sound
you're
better.
Like, why did I even like the mix? Now it sounds so much better. And it's like mastering. There's really like, there's not as many like different things that can happen. It can just like, there's like an on and an off switch more or less. And like, so mastering is my favorite phase because it gets so much better, but there's not a lot of room for me to like nitpick and tinker. It's like more like yes or no. You know what I mean?
I do. And dude, you made me think of something else. When you have such professionals in your camp who have so many skills, other rappers, Benny Blanco, like where's the balance of, hey, I want to ask him as a friend, but he's also a professional? Like where's the balance there to use your friends in your network with your projects?
No, you got to balance it. Like, Benny is a great example. It's my best friend in the world.
Right.
Who also happened, like the luckiest guy that, like he would be my best friend if he was a plumber,
How did that happen? You just connected eyes and you're like, that's my guy.
He actually, the first day I put that ex-boyfriend video out, the first day he tweeted at me and like connected with me.
No way.
So
I probably did too, but you didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. We could have been that close to being best
You could have
friends.
been, you could have been Benny Blanco in his life. But
It's tricky because, like, Benny, for example, like professionally, like I'm the kind of guy who wants to work when I work. Like I want to work like 12 hours straight and like take no breaks. Benny is a big like 15 minutes on, 20 minutes off, and it's like I have to accommodate that because I'm not gonna like complain because he's like the best producer in the world.
Right.
And I'm lucky to even be working with him. And it's like I could abuse and be like, come on, I'm your best friend. You'll do whatever I want at the end of the day. But I don't because I'm always trying to be cognizant that this is like the LeBron of production and like his process.
That's so cool,
dude,
man.
he's your best friend. And I feel like I wanted to come to his defense when people were like, why is Selena Gomez with him? And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm like, dude, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's charming. I was like, if you watch Dave,
We knew it
the
was
guy's
coming.
a genius.
He's on Dave.
Does he know, like, all right,
all
I'm dating
knew-
Selena Gomez,
Yeah.
people are going to shit on me. He knew this?
We knew it was coming. So it's like, I'm happy that it's no longer a secret because like they were dating and I couldn't tell anyone. But we always knew that when that became public, I think it's whoever Selena is going to date. It's like there's a huge core audience of like Justin Bieber diehards that like
It's weird,
see
right?
Selena and Justin as like a thing. That whoever she dates will never be good.
I
enough.
saw Bieber's wife on a podcast, Call Her Daddy, and she was talking about how they're happily married, and people are still like, Selena. And it's like,
I know.
Dude, like,
At the
it's
end of the
creepy
day,
that people are.
It's kind of, I think, a bunch of children like who just want to say stuff on the internet. So I don't think he takes it too seriously.
When Benny's dating Selena Gomez and you guys are hanging and it's not public yet, is that like weird? I mean, I know you guys are just all regular people, but to know that I know a secret that if someone found out, it would be on TMZ like right now. Is that weird that you're sitting on like, hey, we're having drinks and hanging, but the world doesn't know this, but they sort of want to?
Maybe it would have been weird if Selena was somebody different than Selena, but she's just so down to earth.
I love how she was like, I don't give a F what you think.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had never met her prior to Benny, and like, she's truly like the most like famous. She's the most followed woman in the world on Instagram.
That's wild.
Like, number one, and the woman couldn't be nicer, sweeter, more down to earth. Like I actually met her when I was with my niece. And we just me and my niece and my brother and my family just went to Benny's like to swim for a day, and she was there and she like spent the whole day like being so sweet to my niece for no other reason.
How great
than
is
her
that?
Being like a good human being. So like
That's wild.
And by the way, that makes you the like coolest uncle ever, right?
For sure.
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, it was that. I definitely earned some.
They're
brownie
like,
points
can
that
you
day.
take us swimming again anywhere? Just let's go somewhere.
I know.
Uncle Dave.
Can you be my uncle? No, I'm just kidding. Before we talk Mountain Dew, I have to ask you a huge story today. They still call you Mr. Leftward Sloping Penis?
Not
or
in a while.
No, not in a while?
Feel free. You can.
We got to bring that back.
Yeah.
Someone else's jammy is in the news today.
Ooh.
I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's been described as a missile.
I
We're
saw the footage.
We're
I'm not
talking
gonna
Drake.
lie.
I want to know your reaction.
Look, that was a long dick.
I mean,
That was a.
he had one hand on, and there was room for like multiple more hands.
And you couldn't tell if it was soft or hard or what. So
Yeah, right.
It's like halfy. It had a little halfy flop to it, so
Yeah.
you're like, what's going on?
And it's not. Yeah, here's a live
Yeah,
reaction.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean.
Damn, that's a hell of a
like,
missile,
if
as they
I
say.
was holding my dick, with my hand,
Yeah.
there'd be nothing coming out of the hand.
You're
You
like
know what I
pressing
mean?
down on your back just to
you-
try to get a
maybe
little
like a quarter of an inch of the head.
little
might pop
helmet
out.
pop.
Yeah.
You know what? if you zoom in, you see some abs, which is
I
really,
believe
yeah.
it. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's the guy that has the
Yeah,
ab
he
dicks.
has
Good
it.
for
Dick
Jersey
abs.
Drake.
So again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much, man. But tell us what's going on.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, big fan, obviously.
Look, I'll hold the can. If
Yeah,
it's
there
what
you go.
Yeah, I came from a time the last 20 years. Anytime you want to have this, you got to go to Taco Bell, and it's like in the drive.
Yeah.
Whenever I'd go to Taco Bell, which I do all the time because I love Taco
Gordita,
Bell.
Not more than this
Gordita
guy.
Crunch.
I-
Mountain Dew. Let's go.
They know him by name. at Taco Bell.
I'd be like, what is this mysterious, like, only offered at Taco Bell soda that I love? I get it every
Dude,
time.
Let me tell you something. The people at the Taco Bell drive-thru, like the kids go to sleep, and the wife and I were like, all right, let's get some Taco Bell Pop It edible.
Yeah.
And that's sort of Gordita Crunch. What do you get at Taco Bell?
I
bud?
get a cheesy Gordita Crunch with chicken
I told
and
you.
no lettuce.
I told you, it's so good.
And the chicken quesadilla.
Oh, yeah.
And I get a
And
Baja Blast.
Mountain Dew.
And it's like, I'm like, previously I'm like, what is this like golden soda that they have that isn't available anywhere else? So like, obviously I'm being paid by Mountain Dew to offer you this information, but I really am happy and proud to be the guy giving the information that this incredible soda that has only been available in drive-thrus for the last 20 years is now in stores, canned and bottled nationwide.
That's
So
big news, though,
it's
for
big
real.
news.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
happy
it is.
to be the guy.
What
Yeah.
I love about that, like the same way we said we're excited to talk to Lil Dicky because we actually like Dave.
Yeah.
like
That's how I
you,
feel
you
about
like
Baja Blast.
Yeah, that's how you feel about Baja
It works.
Blast.
It works.
Yeah.
By the way, when he was talking about the process of writing, did you watch the We Are the World documentary?
No.
It's fantastic, and I kept thinking the whole time, when do they know each person's line is finished? And I just thought of what you were saying with that process.
I
But
haven't seen that documentary.
you should watch it.
As
It's
the
pretty
guy
wild.
who made Earth with 30 other artists on it, I think I should watch that because I always thought I should be filming a documentary.
No,
Yeah.
you got to do that. And speaking of, to wrap it up, your dream collaboration, man. I want to hear it.
Well, there's two different mediums. You got film and you got music.
Yeah.
Both. Give us both.
Like probably LeBron in film
Yeah.
and in music. I think Drake and Kanye. Those guys totally are my favorite.
Oh, the
artists
old
of all
missile?
time. Yeah.
The old missile.
Look, we're not going to only know Drake by his dick.
I know.
size,
I'm pretty
okay?
sure he's got other accolades.
I mean, it's still fresh and embedded in our
It's
mind. Yeah,
super
yeah.
fresh.
Yes.
But yeah, independent of his dick, he's an incredible artist.
No, for
Well,
real.
listen,
man.
we are here. We are here.
For real.
We are here at Super Bowl Radio Row. So before you go, I'm a Niners fan. Who do you think's got? I'm crossing my fingers for the Niners. You think the Chiefs got this or what?
Why would I ever doubt Patrick Mahomes?
That's the
I
problem.
know.
I know.
So-
I think the Niners on paper might be better, but it's Mahomes.
It's
so-
your only shot, in my opinion, is you got to get it to be a 2-score game late because if it's a 1-score game,
he's come.
it's just in the air. Everyone's like, well, now it's time for him, and they're gonna start overthinking it, and they're gonna be scoring.
I saw that story 4 years ago, bro, when they lost to the Chiefs.
I saw it last year when the Eagles lost to them. So
That's
it's
right.
you just can't let the game be on the line against Mahomes because he's gonna win it.
No doubt. Well, hey, dude, a pleasure to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Dave,
man. So
Lil
good to see you.
Dicky.
Hey, guys, welcome back to Overpromised. So cool to catch up with Lil Dicky. That dude is just such a nice guy.
Hi,
a
I'm
huge
Dave.
fan. Yeah, I love that. If you don't watch the show, you got to watch that show, catch up on it, and I'm just glad he stopped by. And that's the cool thing about being here, Radio Row in Vegas. You never know who's going to stop by. We're going to do another bonus podcast sometime this week, but tune into our show on Fox Sports Radio Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on the West. That's 4 to 7 on the East, because, again, so many people stopping by, lots of fun to have, lots of stories to tell. Super Bowl week's insane.
No doubt. All right, we'll see you guys later on. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the Overpromised land.
Have a good one.
Vegas, Vegas.